Tonight's video is not one of my usual projects. I haven't said it a lot, but Tim over at Greenham Gaming was actually a big inspiration for me starting this channel in the first place. So when I saw that he was accepting submissions for his film festival, I knew I had to come up with a submission. But what video was going to be good enough to submit to the Greenham Gaming Film Festival? I decided rather than just a normal project of looking at a cool piece of tech, I was going to tell my origin story. This is the story of how my love for technology began, and it began with the Xbox 360. Back in 2010, my brother and I both pooled our Christmas and birthday money to buy an Xbox 360 Arcade Edition from GameStop. I actually still have the original console today, even though the disk drive is stuck. I need to get around to fixing it. This console is what kind of opened my world to gaming and just tech in general. I remember the early days, my brother and I playing Modern Warfare 2, split screen, and Halo 3 sandbox mode, just shooting each other, and even though it was just the two of us, we were having fun and making memories together. Eventually, he would get his Xbox One and go play his own games, but I stuck with the 360 because it had such a big library for me to explore. I didn't want to go to the next generation just yet. I have a few memories of some specific games that I do want to share, and hopefully they show you how I experienced the Xbox 360 as a kid. Resident Evil 5 was actually my introduction to the Resident Evil series. I actually had seen Resident Evil 4 and 5 playthroughs on YouTube back in 2009, and this was my first chance to play the game for myself, and I absolutely fell in love with it. In fact, Resident Evil is still one of my favorite franchises to this day, and I've played almost every mainline title. I'll never forget the frustration of having to play levels over and over again to get enough money to upgrade all my guns, and finding cool people to play with on Xbox Live for the Mercenaries and co-op versions of the game. Definitely a classic and one of my favorite games on the system. Call of Duty Zombies is another one that's very meaningful to me personally. One of the things about gaming that I feel like we don't really touch on is the social aspect. And this is where me and my brother did a lot of our bonding growing up, and we spent a lot of time together playing zombies and seeing how high of a round we could get to, and that'll always be one of my fondest memories of those summers back when we weren't in school. This was kind of how we connected, and we would always go to friends' houses, and we would hopefully get 4 players and camp in the alley to jug on Buried and play Kino Der Toten. It was awesome, but it wasn't about the game necessarily. It was about just having fun and making memories. So when I think of zombies and every time I go back to play it, I always think of my brother, and I love playing it with him even when he comes to visit me nowadays. I know Grand Theft Auto is a very beloved franchise nowadays, but honestly, you can keep it. Give me the Saints Row series. Saints Row 1 and 2 are some of my favorite games on the system, and I really love the world building that they did and how it's emphasized on rival gangs, and you're the leader and you want to customize your gang and customize yourself in order to shape the town as you see fit. I fell in love with all the characters and the, early 2000s aesthetic of the game. I had so much fun with all the activities and the unlockables like carjacking and escorting, doing street races. The Hitman activity was my favorite because you had to strategize so much. You could buy all kinds of guns and upgrade your cars and just do whatever you want. It was great, and it was packed full of freedom. In fact, the original Saints Row is a 360 exclusive, a real exclusive. You couldn't play it on PS3, and it didn't even come to PC, so the only way to experience it is on the 360. And it's one of the games that made me a very proud 360 owner. Skyrim. I mean, what else can I really say? It's Skyrim. This game unlocked a whole new world for me. When I played this game on release, I was blown away how open the world was and just how much control I had. I can make my own character, choose their race and their gender, and put their skills into whatever I wanted. I can do the main quest line, or I can run off and just do side quests. I could be a thief or an assassin or a mage. It introduced me to a level of RPG that was unprecedented for me at the time. I'd never seen anything like it. This is a game I can play anytime, any day, and just get immersed in it. I can go anywhere in the world, or I could do whatever the quest line is, and I would just get engrossed in the story and the world building and the characters. I know it's been re-released a ton of times, especially with the 60 FPS and enhanced editions that added more content, but honestly, I like going back to the 360 version because it's what I'm nostalgic for. Even though it has frame rate issues and it doesn't look the best graphically, this is where it started for me, and this is the one that I really like playing. I actually credit Skyrim and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 with getting me into PC gaming because once I had played through all the games and experienced everything they had to offer, I really wanted to enhance my experience with mods. And that's kind of what set me on my journey into PC gaming, was so that I could play these games again, but with a brand new experience because of mods from the community. If it weren't for these games, my journey into PC gaming would probably look quite different. The Xbox 360 was also with me through some tough times as well. Back in 2021 during the pandemic, I actually accomplished something I wanted to do since I was in the 6th grade. I went for every achievement in Dead Rising 1. Since we were in lockdown, I had nothing else to do, and I actually took up the task of completing 7-Day Survivor, where you have to play the entire game for 14 hours straight, so you can survive in the mall for 7 days. And I actually did it. So on my slim Xbox 360, I have a save file where I have all 50 achievements in the game. It's probably one of my proudest moments as a gamer, and I love that I was able to experience that on the 360. And it just shows that, you know, from 2010 to 2021 and even today, it's been with me through so many years. So there you have it. That's my origin story, and that's how my love of tech began with the Xbox 360. I'm sure many people have had similar stories, but I hope what my story can show you is that your passion can be sparked from anywhere. I went from playing the Xbox 360 when I was 11 years old to going to college to study computer engineering, getting an internship in Silicon Valley where I learned about making computer chips, and now I work as an engineer in the electric vehicle industry. My journey has been incredible so far, and it's not over yet. But I think it's important sometimes to just reflect on where we come from, and the Xbox 360 was where it all started for me. If you're able to connect to my story, I encourage you to follow your passion, whatever it is, even if it's not in tech, because you never know where it will lead you. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that this was able to connect with some people in some way. Thanks so much, Tim at Greenham Gaming, for considering my video for submission. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.